Do you ever wonder if anybody loves you? I do all the time. It is definitely something that I feel other people or hear other people experience as well. So, if you are a person who's like, has anyone ever loved me, or is anyone ever going to love me? It could be that you just don't have a lot of experience with it and you don't know what it feels like. There's lots of good reasons for this. Could be anything from early childhood stuff to neurodiversity to just the fact that love is pumped into the ether through media, uh, movie shows, music, in a way that's primarily talking about codependency and like a lot of material exchange. And lots of us have had a hard time figuring out what it actually feels like when we're being presented with something that might not actually be how it's like it's not real life. And then also, like, what is love? No one can really define it or explain it. What it feels like how do you know if you love somebody? How do you know if you've ever been in love? How is romantic love different from platonic love? Like, these are questions that no one's ever really answered. So I think it's very easy for people who, especially people who don't have the like cookie cutter life that is again like pumped into the ether with like a partner and kids, can feel a little like, is there something wrong with me that I don't have this thing, or that I don't know how to get it, or that I don't know what it feels like, or that I'm in it and it doesn't feel good. So all of that to say that in my experience, when there's something that I don't understand, I really like to study it like an explorer or like an anthropologist. I feel like a lot of life, either because I'm like actually an extraterrestrial, or because I have autism, or because I have a brain injury, or because I'm just eccentric, has been very genuinely confusing and hard to understand for me. And so I have done a lot of studying of people and behavior. And I have been studying love for a while now. And one of the ways that I do that, because I spent a long time sort of documenting how many people stopped loving me or maybe never loved me in the first place. I used to keep a log of all of the relationships that had ended in my life as like documentation of how unlovable I was. And somehow I came up with the idea that I was going to do the reverse and take some documentation of people who have expressed positive regard for me. So I have a little notebook here. It says do what you love on it, but I think I mostly picked it because it has love and gold, and I really do like the colors of it. So I have in here um, some cards that people have given me. That one's very pretty. Let's see who that one's from. Oh, that's from someone within our online community. How sweet. Um, this one This one is from a family that my kids' best friend's family. So sweet. Um, and the little one wrote, "I'm so happy that you were born," which is something I always say to the kids. And then this is from that same little child. Um, "You make the day better," she wrote, and it says, "It makes my heart keep beating." She's very special to me. And then I have a list of nice things people have said to me, um, because it's so hard for me to believe when it happens. And I feel like my brain like tunes it out when something actually, when someone says something or someone does something to indicate that I'm like okay to be on the planet. I tend to tune it out because it like doesn't match with my perception that I'm a problem for the planet. So I put um, just a bunch of different things that people have said. Someone said thank you. Someone said It's been fun to spend time with me. Someone said, "You're my puzzle piece." None of these are romantic. I haven't had any experience with that one. Um, Someone said, "You're so wonderful." Someone said, let's see, SSP has changed my life. Someone said, I think it's making a huge difference. A lot of these are work related, but not all of them. Um, Somebody said, I like hanging out with you. So I just write it down. I have 3 pages. Yesterday I added another one. I have 3 pages now. Oops. 3 cards and 3 pages. That's fun because I like the number 3 of little things that people have said. And so that is really something I'm doing. I'm just documenting at this phase. I'm not trying to understand it necessarily yet, but these are just indications that are positive regard and will get towards love. Um, uh, and what that's doing for me is helping my reticular activating system to look for those moments where someone has expressed positive regard for me or even love. I'm open to. Um, and that'll help my reticular activating system to look for those things in the environment because the RAS basically is a confirmation mechanism. So if I'm looking for people to not like me, then I'm going to see more of that than even is actually there. And if I'm looking for people to have positive regard for me, then I'm going to see more of that than is actually there, which sounds nice. Also, a lot of us have a hard time receiving positive regard, which is definitely me. So that's why I'm writing it down because I tend to disassociate when someone conveys positive regard for me and I feel nauseous, like I'm going to throw up, and I like tune it out because it contradicts the thing that those other parts believe is so true. And so this way I can come back to it later when my nervous system, I was going to sneeze, when my nervous system has calmed down enough to be able to like consider it and absorb it. And I can also come to this book in times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm the worst person on the planet and everybody hates me and I should not be here. Then I can come back and look at these things. So try it out if it feels interesting to you, and let me know if there's anything else that you do to support yourself with that experience. Okay. I love you, whatever that means.